Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome Andy Steinke, the VP of Channel Sales at BCM One, the sponsor of the Top Gun Show. Andy's been the Director or VP of Channel Sales for the past 14 years at BCM One. Andy's responsible for the success of BCM One's Channel Partner Program, including partner onboarding and enablement strategy, strategic product enablement, client engagement, and overall management of the BCM One channel sales team. Andy, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Thanks for having me, Steve. I appreciate it.
Man, I've been thrilled to interview your executive leadership team this month. You guys really are winning big, and it's really fun to talk about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I've seen those. I'm glad that I get to be a part of that. So again, thanks for the invite.
For sure. So let's talk about your world. How important is the indirect sales channel to your go-to-market strategy now and in the future?
It's a great question. I think that comes up a lot, right? BCM One, we were founded 30 years ago as a channel partner ourselves. We understand the partner channel, the good, the bad, the ugly, which I'm sure you get that piece. For us, an overwhelming portion of our business is in the BCM One family, driven by channel and originated by channel. That's previous 29 years, and that's in 2022 and beyond. That's not going to change. And my specific business unit and team is obviously 100% in support of new channel sales and growing base of sales that our channel partners bring to us. We have a unique retention as a service model that's dedicated to channel sales growth. So we're through and through a channel company and have been so since day one.
That's fantastic. I love music to my ears. being a channel guy. Well, let's boil that down. Why do you suggest that the people watching the Top Gun Show, and there are millions, why do you suggest that they access BCM One through their trusted advisor, technology advisor?
Millions. That's a daunting number, and also very appreciative to hear that. I think for us, it's all about our approach, and we try to go at it and eliminate what we call the emotion of supplier fatigue that's on the market today. Many of our current service provider friends out there, they provide the same type of products as us. There's really no secret sauce within the products that we offer. It's more about, I would kind of narrow it down to a few different differentiators. First and foremost, we're an industry longevity and experience company. There aren't many companies outside of the major bell companies that have been successful as long as we have, 30 years. So we've pretty much seen the most dramatic growth in the telephony and IT industry as long as anybody else. And the success we've had is unparalleled as compared to our peers who've been around since that early 90s start. Especially with regards to being able to adapt to emerging technologies and next-gen services. We've seen it all from telephony and IT and the merging of the two. We have experience with all the different products in voice and data, and we kind of come to an agreement in 2020 to standardize on what we're going for our go-to-market approach. So what we offer is indeed best of breed based on experience over 30 years. Secondly, we're focused on design. We customize network designs tailored to fit clients and their communication needs and their underlying network needs that drive critical infrastructure and business needs from their perspective. I would say we're a high-end design company within that regard. We just have access to tons of top-notch providers, and we just happen to be a CLEC and a service provider in that sense. We're kind of mass design and engineering company, if that makes sense. Our team combines the best of breed approach and when dealing with current trends and needs, and we have access to a full stack of solutions, whether that's UCaaS, Teams, SIP trunking, SD-WAN, SASE, obviously a hot new topic, global connectivity, and we kind of wrap all of that into our single point of contact management service. And thirdly, last but not least, accessibility. Clients and partners, you guys, you as a partner and the listeners as clients have access to all of our in-house technology telephony experts. Obviously, the sales chain of command, our executive suite. We know where we came from. 3 people pretty much starting our company in Hoboken, New Jersey. We know why clients stay with us for 2 decades or more, and we pour that passion into supporting and being available for our clients and partners to solve their issues.
It's a great overview, man. That was well done. Well done. Well, with you knowing, and for 30 years, knowing the indirect sales channel industry so well, let's talk about best practices. What are some of the top sales partners doing right that are growing the fastest with you? In other words, how and when are they engaging with your channel team?
Great question. Obviously, we have so many partners that have access and did business with us for the past 30 years, right? I would say that the ones that really grow with us and are most successful understand our full breadth of services and products. We may not always win a deal with all of our services and solutions. It may be a point sale to start, but that partner who's talking to their clients has us in mind for long-term growth, right? Our sweet spot is multi-site, multi-product service sales. And we do that. Sometimes you get that unicorn on day one, and sometimes you start with the single product sale. But our most successful partners spend the time to learn our services, spend the time to be enabled, to use that term, and go out there and approach, high, medium enterprise clients with us in mind, because they know that we're going to get in there, we're going to help them land and expand. And that's why we have clients and partners pretty much selling our services since day one.
Yeah, that's good. There's an old line in the movie called The Natural, winning is contagious. And I know a lot of times partners start just kind of walking slow with you, and then they get wins under their belt and they realize how easy it is to bring you in early and often. And the momentum just keeps taking place from there. So 30 years, man, you guys are doing it right. Well, Andy, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and I know there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. Tell the viewers a fun little known fact about yourself.
So, I was thinking about this, and I wanted to tell the story about how I got started with BCM One, but then I'm like, it's called the Top Gun show. So I'm going to tell a quick story about when I actually flew a fighter jet, an F-16 fighter jet. I was a freshman in college. I went to Penn State, and I was in the ROTC program. And, I busted my butt in the first year, so I was awarded a chance to go down to Florida and get a check ride in a fighter jet. And it was an F-16. And there were a few of us who did that. And I was nervous. I was the last one, man. And, everyone gets off, and some of them are like falling down and getting sick and motion sickness. So we're sitting there and we're doing the training, like the egress training. What do you do if you get out and you have to punch out and all this stuff, and how you hold your breath when you're pulling G's. So of course the buildup to it was enormously exciting and nerve wracking. But I think the coolest part was, you get in that jet, F-16D model, obviously pilot flying it, and we take off and we do what's called a max altitude takeoff. Boom, and you go straight up, and I'm feeling that pain. And I'm like, man, what did I get myself into? Like, I barely liked roller coasters for the first 20 years of my life. And I'm sitting there, and once you level off, it's cool, but every turn you're feeling that pain. And we were doing a dogfight with another simulated dogfight with another jet, and it was so cool, especially in the moment where the guy that was my pilot, his call sign was Topper, and he's like, take the plane, it's your plane. He called me Gunny because I had a high and tight back then. And I sit there and I grab the stick, and he's like, listen, you're not going to break it. So I go hard right back to the middle. And when I tell you, it was the most perfect that they have ever seen from a check ride. So I get off the plane, and I wasn't going to be a pilot because of my vision, but like I get down there and they show me the video, and like you could see the toggle go boom, boom, direct center. And they're like, we've never had anybody do that before. And I'm like, I'm done, one and done. I never have to do it again. Perfect the first time out. So that's my fun little story that I share with you today.
That is great, man. Nobody's ever said a story like that. I've done almost 500 episodes. Nobody has flown an F-16. So you're unique, my friend. You're unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. And thanks for taking time out of your day, Andy. I know how busy you are, and I really appreciate having you and your executive leadership team sponsoring the Top Gun show this month. It's been good to interview you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.